Durag Wisdom here. 28 days after the vicious 9/11 coup. And I keep saying this because what we've created and what we're going to allow to invade our democratic republic is a totalitarian, fascist, strong, weak man. This is what we're going to be doing, okay? We're going to be taking our beautiful, under siege democratic republic. Let me make it very clear that I believe that totalitarianism is already in force in many parts of our country. In Michigan, we had that idiot Republican Schneider governor who did the financial manager thing, overthrowing city, local elections. We've had the attacks on abortion rights. We've had attacks on voting rights. The Supreme Court basically gutted part of the Voting Rights Act. We have dark money inside the halls of our Congress and our politics, Citizens United. We have corporations who are countries in themselves running things. We have only a handful of people, maybe in my hand like this, who own every bit of information we get over the media. This is pretty serious, folks. And now, thanks to this stupid electoral college, which I don't agree with these politicians, they say, oh, this is going to protect us. It's not protecting anybody because it's going to destroy this country. Donald Trump does not respect the Constitution of our country. Do you understand? We have a Constitution. We have a government that ensures that we never ever have a dictator. That is, unless one of the two parties that we have, and that's a problem, we only have two parties, decides to take over all the branches of the federal government, as the Republican Party has been doing or been trying to do. And now its goals have been seen. The incompetence of the Democratic Party, the fact that it's controlled by corporations, destroyed it, hobbled it. I happen to think maybe that's part of a conspiracy theory that I have, that these corporations insinuated themselves in the Democratic Party, crippled it so that it can't come back and fight the corporation's true friend, the fascist Republican Party. All right. This new creature, who I refuse to call president of my country, he is going to come in, and he is going to start disrespecting. He's already disrespecting our Constitution. He disrespects freedom of the press. I want the press, if anybody from the press happens to be looking at this, they were in the middle of whatever, and they happen to come by my this soapbox over here, the do-rag soapbox. Get in that bastard's face. We have free press in this country. We have freedom of the press. And if Adolph Trumpler doesn't like it, that's too goddess damn bad. He's going to have to take it and like it. And if he doesn't want to have press conferences, like I've heard that has it, then I want the press to make it up about him, what he thinks, what he says. And let him try to sue anybody. I could say anything I want about that monster as long as I don't threaten his life, which I would never do, because my life is worth more than his, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life behind bars because of him. Otherwise, I could say anything. The press can say anything they want about him. We have a right to free speech in this country, which that prick doesn't doesn't respect. What happened to the days we used to beat the crap out of protesters? All right? People, the Constitution states that the President of the United States or any member of our Congress, Senate cannot take gifts, cannot take donations from foreign powers. I learned this on Rachel Maddow last night. Just to let you know where I'm getting my information from. And this bastard with his Japan deal and then this dubious thing with Taiwan. There are people in his cabinet him making deals. There are foreign governments who are paying this bastard off. Do you want a foreign government being in control of what goes on inside of our country? Is that what you voted for? Is that what you signed on for? I'm not yelling at you, folks. It just makes me very upset and angry to see that we have absolutely no respect for our democratic republic and that we take it for granted. I have never taken my democratic republic for granted. Oh, there was a time when I was the protester in the 60s or whatever. But this country, this unique country, which has a lot of darkness in it, a lot of evil in it. Because look what we did. We pushed out the Europeans that came here, the white people that came here, pushed out all the the Native Americans, the American Indians, to replace them with themselves and to despoil this entire country. So there's not a lot I could say nice about the white Europeans, including myself, who are now infesting this once very, very beautiful country. Watch Westworld, you know, they show a lot of scenery in there. But I never took this country for granted. I never would, I never will. And I know right now, and as I've said before, the Roman Empire has lasted 500 years and it fell. We've only been around, the United States has only been around for 240 years plus. And we can lose our democratic republic overnight because we can be irresponsibly stupid in many, many things. Like I said before, there's a dark element afoot. A darkness afoot in our country that we fought for years and years. There used to be a time in this country when we had slavery, when we had KKK terrorism. There was a time in this country when only white rich people could vote. Women couldn't vote. Black people couldn't vote. There was a time in this country when we had no middle class, when we had no unions, no Social Security, no Medicare, no Medicaid. There were no regulations to protect workers from being hurt or killed on their jobs. Our Constitution, the liberal, progressive interpretation of our Constitution, will protect the citizens of this country, not the Republican, not the GOP interpretation. They have no respect for our Constitution. They want to bring back the days when we were subservient to them, when they could take the drippings from their rich, crappy tables and rain it down on us whenever they felt they were in a mood of generosity. I want nothing from the rich table. I want nothing from Donald Trump. I want my free country back. Unhanded, unabused by the GOP teabaggers and the corporations who want to turn our entire world into totalitarian crap. But then again, given the insanity, the psychopathology of Adolph Trumpler, there may not be a world for these rich scum, corporate scum to inherit, because Trumpler would have blown it up. Be safe.